One of my interests in the world is Great Britain and Tony Blair and the Labour Party. I think Tony Blair is quite a successful Prime Minister for Great Britain. He seems to be very popular. I think he established New Labour in the 1990s. I think he was very popular with the people. I think he, as a Prime Minister, is probably one of the most popular Prime Ministers in British history. And I think that some people have an issue with Tony Blair because of the Iraq invasion, the Iraq war and the Iraq invasion. So I think he's slightly controversial because of the Iraq war and the Iraq invasion. And he has maybe some controversial policies for Great Britain and around the world. So I perhaps dislike some of his views and political ideas. But I think Tony Blair has been in power for a very long time, and that's slightly concerning because he seems to be too popular with people, and he could be some kind of a dictator because he has a military background with the SAS, and I think that could be a conflict of interest with his political role. So I think that the Labour Party is kind of full of politicians with a military background from the SAS, and as a result the Labour Party could be some kind of a military dictatorship with that kind of military background, military interest. So I think that's quite important. The Labour Party have been in power for a long time, over 20 years, and I think that they've kind of changed Britain to how it was in the 1990s. They've made it more modern with public services like schools and hospitals and roads and things. But I think that Tony Blair has kind of abandoned the Labour Party now, and that's why there's a very different Great Britain now without Tony Blair. I don't think we're likely to see Tony Blair again as Prime Minister or with the Labour Party. So I think the Labour Party has turned a corner in Great Britain, and we're likely to see a different Labour Party similar to the one we have now with Prime Minister Keir Starmer. I think that's the Labour Party we're likely to see in the future, and I think that could be slightly positive for Great Britain to have a Labour Party government for the future, for the long-term future, and that's interesting. But I think that Tony Blair is slightly controversial, and I think we do have a different Labour Party now. Thank you very much.